We're going to be over here to Polaris in between the Texas Roadhouse, Twin Peaks, Quaker Steak and Lubes, and the Sheets. Sunday after lunch, Labor Day weekend, August 31st. I think they have an after church crowd. Every time I come over here for a Sunday show, that place is just jammed. And kind of expected to see more. I think they get their food to go. A lot of people do. Or I have no idea what else. But anyway, Uprising of the Indian. I'm pretty sure they had a swap meet in this corner at one time. They have the parking lot paved pretty good for us. He's got a strut across the top of that. Some mods. Let's go. There's a nice rumble to it. Some Trans Ams here. The 4.9 one. I think that they offered a turbo for those, but this one has a shaker head. The 79, the plastic, and a white, and a black Pontiac Formula 350 from the 80s. 41st annual Indian Uprising. The Firehawk. I possibly seen a row of these at that has the hawk right on there, and then they have a Firestone Firehawk tire. I think that might tie into NASCAR. So this one has a lot of signatures on it. It's a silver, possibly like an anniversary. T-top. Commemorative, a sexy Formula 350 with some cool wheels. Nice date cars. And then I like the blue stripes. I'm not sure what color that is. It looks blue over here, but it looks kind of black. He's got a Trans Am. It's from the 60s. This one's an 02, whatever that means. He's got a lot of signatures, like that was a special one. 69er, pretty original. Kind of different how they did the hood, and the filtration is in the hood. Even though it doesn't look, and it's got that wild attack on it from the factory. My brother had one of them once he put on a Chevy. Anyway, bought it off Haydassy. Some of the Pontiac parts, guys. 5.0. Then there's air coming out there, probably functional. But pretty interesting induction. And then Oldsmobile really got crazy with their ram air. That's what they were doing at 69. It's got some documentation on this guy. It looks pretty low mileage and all. I mean, look how clean this is. Yeah, clean, clean, clean. Even the seals and everything, all brand new. I'm surprised they pulled the tops out of it. Huh. Is this saying the guy owned it twice? It's from like Springfield at one time. That's where the Nationals. No, they were in I want to say Dayton, but it's Fairborn actually. 72 Trans Am with a 455. 72. Okay. So we found another Grand Prix 64. Yeah, still no luck finding a Safari wagon. That's alright. $389. Been a while since I've seen something like that. $389 full barrel. '64 Grand Prix. And from '63 to '64, they moved the mirror back and still had that wheel. So that wheel was actually a 2-year production. And I'm seeing more of them since I'm looking for them. Pointing the camera right. Look at these little locust trees. Here's the one in the rough with a black plate on there for some reason from California. Now, do you think that's a 65? And another 65 with a convertible? There were a few of them in town. That was probably a good seller, do you think? 66 convertible. Numbers matching. Tri-power. Kind of interesting one here. It has inspection stickers from the state of New York from 20 and 13. Looks like a replacement quarter panel. Someone was thinking about it anyway. But it sort of looks like the original body metal. New tires on it. '66 GTO with the knockoff hubcaps, big stainless trim, convertible, tri-power car. I guess this might be right in there in the late '60s. Or it'd be early '60s, wouldn't it? '62 Grand Prix. We've seen a '62 now. We've seen a '63, and over here was a '64. So I'm pretty happy I came today. I'm gonna be watching this film again. This is a '63 Grand Prix, black with red interior. Has those wild wheels. It's a 4-speed. Has a tack and the console from Pontiac. An aftermarket gauge kit. Air conditioned delete. It has a clear poly wheel with a horn in it. Chrome trim on the seat. And at '63 had a seam in it here, similar to the Chevy. Where that '64 was pure round right there, and watching class and different. The '63, 4, and 5 Grand Prix. Pretty good Grand Prix show. Look at the. I would say that's factory. Beautiful big trunk, full size spare, all that, yeah. Nice, beautiful 2-door car with a 4-speed on the floor and a hot engine. '63 Grand Prix in black. Tri-power car here. Another air-conditioned delete '64 goat, all red, very red and ready. And then that's a '62. I'm gonna look at this again because there's no seam here. '64 goat. '62. I was calling that a '63 when the '63. The black one's a '62, and it has a seam. Where the '64 Grand Prix had no seam here. The '64 Grand Prix was exactly like that. The '63, and that's a '62. And then '64 was a different ball game, to a certain extent. But this has the crank The 64 Goat has the crank for the vents. You crank them, they're crank open vents. No, that's for the, no, that's just for the window. They're pop open, I'm sorry. A funny horn button on the 64 Goat. With the engine turning the dash, air conditioned delete, 4-speed on the floor, no trim here. Interesting. In the mirror where we would expect it. The 6.6 79er hard tub. And then Pontiac had a big oil spout like a van. And then they took all the, like 3 different valves and put them in that one big one. POA valve and all that for air conditioning. The air conditioning became more reliable, but it was still prone to leaking at the seal on the AA compressor. But you'd add your Freon to it on a regular basis. Because you're going to need it on the 79. Keep the air moving through there. An automatic on the floor. On a hot day. Now here's a Ventura. Yeah. Have I seen this car a couple times? Possibly. One like it. And it has a familiar look. There was one of these in town. You could call that chartreuse. A mild chartreuse. The sister or brother to the Nova. And not a Nova. He's got a big sign. Not a Nova. '67 Firebird quarter-mile car. Little overlook and call it a video here. That was a long line. I spent a lot of time on that. Where I think from where I started. We only have 3 cars here, so or more. So we'll knock what's left of this route. Silver anniversary. It's got Eagle on his plate. Eagles, is that like a Philly fan or something? Well, I saw an Eagle this morning. It's got some documentation. Trans Am from the early 80s. Kind of hate to walk over this car so quick, but a Granville from possibly 73. James Riddle Hoffa had one of these in 73. His was green. His might have been a convertible too. Granville Broom. Has some white vinyl. 455. A barn find looking. There's a 73. 73 Granville in red. This one he's got a vanity plate from the judge. It's got these big plastic valve covers. But yeah, no Holdens. And then kind of like the school teachers Firebird down here or up here and over here. Uprising of the Indian 41st. Polaris. Quaker Steak and Lube with Burger Derby. Thanks for watching.